Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Find Your Joy, and I'm Joy. You found me. Happy 16th new. Happy 17th day. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Find Your Joy, and I'm Joy. You found me. Hey you guys, it is Friday, the 17th of October. Oh my gosh, it is the 17th day of the 31 days of Halloween. Y'all, we are cruising towards the finish line now. All right, so here's yesterday's project. And yes, I did wear it all day today. And today I'm going to be working on a project that is inspired by what I am wearing today. So let me show you my outfit here. It's this cute ghosty tee, and he's carrying a pumpkin, and he's got his little drink. Is he not the cutest thing? And I got leggings to match, so he goes down all the way down the side of my legs, both sides. So yeah, isn't he cute? Yeah, so I am going to be working on something that this outfit inspired. So I'm going to get going on that. I'm going to turn on some YouTube and watch that. And yeah. Oh, but okay, no, okay, we'll just I'm just going to crochet now. All right, I am back, and I decided not to do like hyperlapse video today and add music because I've been doing a lot of that, and I'm like, well, I don't want people to get bored and just move along. So I've been sitting here watching some YouTubes and eating some snacks, loving on some kitty cats, and obviously crocheting, right? And I thought, well, what can I do? Because I'm going to need a longer video than, hey, I'm making something that goes with this outfit. Here it is. Woof. There needs to be some middle content, right? So I'm thinking, how about a get to know Joy session? I mean, I'm not going to spill all the beans right now, but how about a little bit about me? For those of you who don't know, my name is Joy, and I am 57 years old. And I don't mind saying that. And I'm going to actually take my hat off because it's warm in here tonight. Oh, and my headband is going back on. I did update the purple today. I use color depositing shampoo on my hair. I don't do box colors. Sometimes I'll do like gel colors that you put on and then rinse out real quick. But I started coloring my hair, honestly, in junior high. My stepmom at the time, well, I have a birthmark right here on my head, right here. So I have had gray hair. I had a big gray patch right here on the side of my head, and it makes this side of my hair very coarse and wiry. So it does not behave as well as the rest of my hair. So I started my stepmom decided to color it. I want to say 8th or 9th grade. So, you know, back in the early 80s. In fact, it might, it was probably like 1980 was the first time I colored my hair. But at that point, after, unfortunately, she did not stay my stepmom too long. But she's the first one who taught me how to shave my legs, color my hair, She was a girly girl. And, and then she got me. Which I like being girly girl sometimes. But I also like, just jeans and playing. And I I had when I was about that age, I had a dirt bike and I was outside all the time. But it was the 80s, Gen X. We lived on, hose water and Slurpees. I don't know. But okay, so hair. That is not what this conversation started off as. But so the gray has spread. Obviously, the majority of the front of my hair is a nice silver color if I ever let it out. There's still some dark hair in the back. I have brown hair as my natural hair color, but I haven't had my natural hair color in probably 20 some odd years. I went ahead and kept coloring it once it started turning more gray. I don't think it was a vanity thing. It was just heck no, I am keeping color going. And then my daughter, I have one daughter. She is 27 and she made me a Gigi last year. So I have one granddaughter, but we started coloring my daughter's hair. I want to say she was 4 the first time I colored her hair. Blonde. She had baby fine blonde hair. I don't even think she was 4. She might have only been 3. I'd have to look and figure out which Halloween it was. But she was Dorothy. So she had, the blue and white gingham dress and the ruby red slippers. And I'm like, oh, Dorothy's more of a redhead. And if you look in the movie, she's kind of a redhead and auburn. So she's between brown and red. But I got some temporary hair color to do her hair for Halloween. Well, apparently baby fine blonde hair will hold on to some temporary hair color for a long, long time. She, her Christmas pictures definitely had red in them. But, so hair coloring has always been a thing in our family. My mom too. Right now though, her hair, it won't hold color. So she's kind of given up on wasting her time coloring it when it's gone pretty much the next time she washes her hair. So that is not what I started out talking about. I started out talking about I'm 57. I have one daughter. I have 4 cats. They all make random appearances through my videos. I have 2 black kitties, and they are brothers from the same litter. And we got them when we were all home here with the COVID go home orders. So the neighbor down the street had a litter of kittens, and one day when I was walking by, I'm like, oh, he was holding one of the kittens. I'm like, oh, cute kittens. Well, it turns out that he is deaf, and I just happened to be taking ASL classes on campus, and so I signed back, oh, the cats are cute. He's like, oh, you sign? I'm like, yeah. So, are cute. Not thirsty, cute. And so, we started talking, and then he showed me all the kittens, and there were 3 black ones and 1 tabby, and my daughter and I picked out 2 of the black ones. So we brought them home when they were 6 weeks old, and they have been together ever since. And y'all, they still sleep together, curl up together. They are inseparable. They have one big brother, and Trix is my black and white cat. And he is, we recently found out when I took him to the vet this last time that we were pretty sure that he is blind in one eye. Don't know how long that's been. But once we figured that out, it made sense on some of the things that he would do that I thought he was just being weird. I mean, yes, he's still just being weird, but the poor kid can't see out of one eye. So, he has no tail. He wasn't born with a tail. Funny story about him. My daughter got him when he was a kitten also. And, we named that kitten Bellatrix. She was so cute. And then, like, a couple months later, we're like, what's that behind under where that tail should be? Yeah, two little things dropped down, and we were like, oopsie. So we misgendered our cat. But, so instead of changing the full name, because Bellatrix, she dropped it down to Trix, and that has stuck. He is an aggressive attention getter. When he wants attention, he will be in your face and will not leave. He'll be on my lap, I will put him down. We can play that game 10, 20 times. I usually have to get up, to put him in another room, and close the door because he does not give up. He wants his lovin's. He wants them now. And you will give them to him. And that's all there is to it. And then our fourth baby, my fourth little kitty, we got an orange one. And she came to us because one of the girls from work had just found out that they had a new kitten, but then she found out that she was expecting. And so, pregnant women should not clean litter boxes. And so she wasn't impressed with the way that her husband cleaned the litter boxes. They were not up to her standards. So she had sent me a text because she had stopped working. So she was no longer working with me, but she was still keeping in touch. And she's like, do you know anyone that wants a cat? And I'm like, is it the cute little orange one that you got when you work at the office? And so Clementine came to live with us. And Clementine is a big fluffy orange kitty. And she does fit the orange cat criteria. Because if you know about orange cats, all of the orange cats share one brain cell amongst them all. So if it is not their turn with the brain cell, you'll know. And there's a lot of times where she is just like, she'll be staring into space. She's my one that will chase lights. The laser pointer, she will chase. Or in the mornings, my bathroom window faces east. So when the sun's coming in, it will hit my watch and reflect onto the bathtub wall. So I can keep her entertained for quite a bit just by doing this and moving the light, and she will be up and down the tub trying to catch that light. So she is a sweetie pie. So those are my 4 babies that I have here. And, okay, let's see. What else? Let's do one more subject because we don't want to, blow all of our material in one video. So I am a Zumba instructor. Yes, I am 57. I started taking Zumba classes. Let's see if we could remember dates. I'm horrible with dates. I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with faces. So I know that my daughter was taking Taekwondo No, she started taking Taekwondo after I started taking Zumba. So I want to say she was in maybe sixth or seventh grade. So that would have put it like at 2010. So 15 years ago. That sounds about right because I've been at my current job a little over 12 years now. So that sounds about right on the timeline, somewhere in there. So I started taking Zumba classes, and then I asked the instructor, I'm like, oh, where do you get all this music? Because I love all these sounds. And she said, well, if you become a Zumba instructor and you get licensed with the Zen Network, you get music every month. You get a CD every month, and then every other month they would send a DVD with choreography. So I'm like, oh, I did it just to get the music. This was back before Spotify and iTunes and all. You couldn't just go, I mean, you could probably illegally download music, but I really wasn't all that tech savvy back then. So I went and got licensed as a Zumba instructor, and then I went to a class at the YMCA, and the gal that was teaching there, it was a very small class. In fact, the first night I went to her class, it was just me, and I was kind of figured out why there weren't very many people there, but I'll be nice. Well, it turns out she was going to be leaving and not taking, keeping on that job. So I went to the front desk at the YMCA and I was like, I just recently got my Zumba license. Are you looking for someone to replace her? And as a matter of fact, they said yes, they would love to do that. So I started teaching at the Y in Springfield, and I did that for a few years. I ended up doing, we grew to quite a big following there in that class. Not as big as some of the other ones around town, or you would see, online of other Zumba instructors, but I had a pretty good following. We had a great time. I then also added Aqua Zumba to my repertoire, and doing Aqua Zumba, if you are in the pool taking the class, that is an absolutely fun class and a great workout because it's better on your joints, but you're still getting all the movement and you're pushing that water. And I think it's way more fun than just plain old water aerobics. But as a Aqua Zumba instructor, it is hard because you are not in the water. So you are having to mimic the moves as if you were in the water. So it was very hard on me because I'm in an indoor pool with all of the humidity and steam. We're right by the hot tub. It is warm in there. I was constantly hot. And also at that point in time, I weighed about 60 pounds more than I do now. So that was I would always jump in the pool either halfway through the class and then get back out, and I always brought a huge fan in with me to cool myself off because I would overheat in there. But I had a blast. And so I did that for quite a few years, and then I got burned out. I was just having, how you just go through phases? At least I do. And I was really getting burned out because, my numbers were dwindling down in classes. I wasn't excited to learn more stuff. So I kind of dropped out. And plus I was starting a new job, which is where I am now. And so I went for about 10 years not doing Zumba. And then, I'd hear songs and I'd be like, oh, we used to dance to this one. I know this one. And, it was like, oh, I kind of miss Zumba. And I told that to someone. I'm like, oh, I miss Zumba. And they're like, yeah, me too. Well, on campus at the rec center, they had Zumba on the schedule for the classes that they were offering. And as a staff member at the university, I could join the BearFit program and use my non-credit fee waiver. And so it wouldn't cost me anything to go to these classes. So I started going, and I'm like, oh, I miss doing this. I miss dancing. I miss the music. So I asked, because the one gal that was teaching, she is actually a senior and is about to graduate here in about a little over a month. Oh my goodness. But I was like, oh, I used to do this, and hey, let me ask them if you ever need a substitute. I would love to do that. So, okay, sorry about that. All right, so we, I had said that I had asked her, if you need a sub, so I had to ask if I was eligible to teach there, since I already have a job there. So HR said, yeah, you sure can. So I signed on just to be a sub, and I got a couple classes, that I did for them. And after that semester, they said, would you like to teach your own class? So they had both of us on the schedule for that second semester. And then all of last year. And when we finish this semester, that'll be 2 full years that I have been back to teaching Zumba. I reactivated my license, so I'm getting new music and new choreo, and I'm learning new songs. I challenge myself every month to learn. This semester, I decided I wanted to learn at least bring 2 new songs, 2 new choreographs to class, and I have done that. And with it being October right now, I am actually doing spooky season for Zumba. And I've been adding in fun songs. And last year, Zumba class was on Halloween night, so that we were a regularly scheduled class. So we did Zumba-ween, including costumes. I was in my skeleton outfit, and we just turned on the party lights. I got everybody glow bracelets. We did Thriller. We did Bloody Mary. We did the Monster Mash. And I've actually brought those back to class this month, so I've been slowly adding them in and trying to remember the actual choreography when the music comes on. We do the time warp. We have a lot of fun. It's a small class, but I've got my regulars who come, and every now and again, some new people will show up, and I like it because it keeps me moving, but I also like, I am obviously the oldest person in the room, so I like just hanging out and showing these girls that 57 isn't that old if you don't let it be that old. All right, we are getting close on this. It's supposed to be 20 inches across. So I know you've been able to see what color I'm doing here, but you don't know exactly what I'm working on. So, oops, this is twisted. Hold on. Okay, so 20 inches. All right, I've got 3 more inches to go. All right, so I'm going to keep on working with this, and I have shared tonight a little bit about me, but I'm going to come back in a little bit and show you my finished project. I keep saying product. It is a project. All right. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okie dokie. I am finishing up here, and I'm on the last. Oh, oops. Okay. Apparently I ended on the wrong end, but that's okay. All right, so you guys want to see what I'm working on? Let's see if I can. I'm hoping I can do this. Okay, pull. Hopefully I did this part right. I don't want to snap the yarn, but I don't know if I got it right. All right, let me. All right, I'll start pulling a little further back. Work my way around. That sounds like a plan. All right. I have not done this step in a project before, so I'm just reading the directions. There isn't a video. There's one picture, but I don't know if I understood. I thought I got it. Okay. I think this is working now. Just have to do it piece by piece. We'll just go a little further up the line here. Plus, it's I'm working with the Hobie Halloween Honey Bunny Candy yarn from my Hobie Hobby Halloween haul. This is a bulky 6, right? Where's the, I don't know if that's the hook. 7mm hook. Where's the, oh, there it is, up there. Yes, it is a super bulky 6, but it's orange and it's got the purple, green, and black flecks in it. But it is a bit of a chenille, so the I've lost a bit of the end, but not too bad. But I'm just worried that when I pull it, actually it doesn't really matter because most of this is going to be pulled out since I'm pulling it tight. All right. Thanks for working with or sitting here with me while I try to work my way through this. Let's see. Okay. I'm just doing it piece by piece. Plus it has a that black and purple and green is like wrapped around the yarn. So it's its own little thread. See how it's kind of come unwrapped? Ooh, and the thread is actually dyed the color of the flecks. That's pretty cool. Okay. Focus. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's do this. Come on. Trying to get this part that I pulled out a little bit ago to pull back in. All right. Oh, that sound I just made reminds me this weekend when I was up visiting with my grandbaby and such. She was able to make her giggle and laugh by, what does Daddy Frog say? And that just made her giggle. Y'all, 1-year-old giggles are the best. Okay, okay, let's see, where's this end? Alright, so I didn't want to loosen that. I should have tried doing this before I got on video. Well. I am working my way around. Okay. Where's the end that we're actually pulling this end? Let's see if I've got enough of it loosened up. I think maybe these little flecks are kind of what's getting caught. I don't want to snap it. All right. I can do this. Just pull that in tight. Okay. And then another piece a little closer to the end. I'm pulling pieces off, but the good thing is the part that I am pulling on is going to be cut off once we get it all gathered together. We are gathered here to get through this thing called life. Electric word life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. I don't know if I can even, are you allowed to quote lyrics? I'm not monetized, so I don't think that would be a copyright violation, would it? Come on, I don't want to break this thread. That's what I'm worried about, is I'm going to pull so tight that it will snap it, and then I'll have to figure out how to close it up. Now that song is earworming its way through my brain. So let's go. Crazy? Honey child. Don't break. Oh. Well. I wonder if I did too many stitches around and it's just catching too hard. Plus, I do feel like those little flecks are not helping me. All right. Okay, let me work on this. Sure as stuff, as soon as I stopped recording, it snapped. So I'm gonna see if I can pull it back a little, because there's gonna be enough yarn to pull tight, but I need to back it out. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I wrapped it too tight. I don't know. I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll be right back. All right, well, I'm kind of bummed because I thought it was going to be like one of those satisfying closes, you know, like when you close an amigurumi and you pull that and it just closes up like a little butthole. All right, I have got it together now, so I am just gonna, and I've gone across a couple times, so I am just going to tie it in a knot right here. When I snapped it, I was so mad, but then I never found the end where it broke that was still in here, so I just went back a little bit and cut it off and made a new tail. So that is what I have here. I'm not going to cut that yet, but y'all, let's see. So I told you I was making something that was inspired by my little ghosty guy here. So I made a hat. Might be a little long. Let's roll this up here. Let's fold that up. All right, this hat is called the, get to the top of the page here, the Ribbed Wonder, an easy crochet hat by Crochet 365 Knit 2. So it was just a bunch of half double crochets in the back loop. I still need to sew in my end here, but I'm just going to tuck it in for now because that's what I do. But y'all, how cute is this hat? And it's going to be nice and warm too. And I'm probably making a lot of noise because my headphones are not on my ear. Ooh, I hope the sound has been okay. I thought I had my headphones on. But there we go. Hopefully that makes a better sound now. But y'all, actually, I feel like the kid from Fat Albert. I think it's a little longer than it should be, or maybe I have a short head. But yes, I absolutely love this. Now I'm wondering, can you make pom-poms with chunky yarn? Can you make pom-poms with super chunky 6 yarn? We'll just ask.
Here's an answer from knitpro.eu. You can create them from scrap yarn, of course, but also from paper, glitter, or feathers.
That is not
The
it.
rule of the yarn crafts is bigger the yarn weight, bigger the fabric they make. If you make a pom-pom with chunky weight yarn, you will have a bigger ball with lots of fluffiness.
I think I'm going to have to try it because he has a pom-pom on, and I did get a pom-pom maker from the Dollar Tree, so I don't think I'm going to do it tonight though, because, well, yeah, it's 1:30. But you guys, I have always done my hats top down, so this is my first hat that I had to join, and I think, let's see if we can look at that seam real quick. See how, well, all right. Here's the seam right here, and it looks like I missed a stitch, but I think that's okay. I mean, it took me a bit to figure out if that was it, and I think, is that the seam? Yes, it is. So here's what it looks like on the inside. But I love this little hat. I'm going to roll up the brim a little bit more because, like I said, I felt like the kid from Fat Albert with the big hat on. But I think this is going to pair perfectly with this outfit. Yeah, I'm going to put a pom-pom on it. I love it. Plus, it'll last. It doesn't, just because it's orange, doesn't mean it is only Halloween. So this will last all winter. I'm super excited for it. And, okay, hold on. If, this was for a different video, but I haven't finished it yet. But, okay. So here is my ghosty with his little hat. And look, I was making a pumpkin out of this yarn. I'm a little ghosty. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I had a good time. Hopefully y'all got to know me a little better on this video. And I'm really enjoying this 31 Days of Halloween challenge. It has given me some challenges, mostly the editing and the uploading and the you know, the nights where I'm like crocheting till 2-3 in the morning so I can get content done. But I'm having a great time, and I'm just letting the frustration blow by because that's all I can do. I did use a 7mm hook. I don't know if it's focusing on that. I think it's trying to focus on my nails, but ooh, that would be a good thumbnail. Oh, wait, let me try. I think I'm going to try something real quick. Let's do the hat. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been fun just visiting and chatting, and I feel like I have a whole bunch of new friends now. Y'all are all right here hanging out with me. Isn't that fun? All right. Well, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Y'all, I am almost to 200 subscribers. And I think when I started doing some crochet videos, I was only like at 30 something. And that was from people from long ago. I don't even know who was following me to begin with, besides my daughter. Because I had to use my YouTube channel to upload my ASL videos when we were doing class. So those are all on here, but they're private. And I don't know. I didn't really do much of anything else on YouTube until just recently. And I just want to tell you guys again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great night. We are you guys, 2 weeks from today is Halloween. Oh my gosh. It's coming up so fast. I really need to work on my blankets and my tops. My one blanket, only one blanket. 2 tops, 2 tops, 1 blanket. And so many ideas in my list, but this was not in my list. The candy corn hat was in my list of ideas that I kind of scribbled down, well, you know, typed into my note app when I started this adventure. I'm trying to put things away so I don't forget and lose them, because last night I had a hook just up and disappear. I found it. Somehow it managed to work its way back into my cup where it belonged. I don't remember putting it there. And I think I may have seen something last night, but that's another story. That's another day. But I have some doorbell video. I have a couple doorbell videos. I should do like a doorbell video montage. Just thoughts. That's what happens. The thoughts, they run through my head. Lots and lots of running. It's all those squirrels. As I was saying, you guys have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great day. Make it a great day and find your joy. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.